Shaolin, now all I touch, I am a master here.
Right, yeah, Dennis. So, where did your musical journey begin?
Bloody hell, if I'm being absolutely honest with that, that's on way to football training with my dad in car, listening to Rod Stewart and Squeeze. If I'm going to be totally honest with everyone and lay all my cards on the table right off the bat, that's where I'm going to tell you it began. 100%. Yeah. I owe it to them. But no, I think I probably started listening to music in the car with my dad. Like most people probably say that's where you have to listen to whatever your dad's listening to because you're driving me, dad, or at least my dad would, and he'd have 2 or 3 CDs or tapes. That'd be it. So it'd be just constantly for a good 6 months until Christmas came round, and someone would get him another one that he probably already had because they knew him too well. So it's take one again.
It's true.
So
mate,
yeah, I was stuck in a cycle in my childhood. So Squeeze, Rod Stewart, and Eagles. No, but I suppose when I grew up and could decide for myself, I was just at high school and stuff, and decided to, out of the blue, just wanted to be a musician and wanted to be in a band. After probably like hearing the first major sort of indie troll of acts come through, like Arctic Monkeys and whatnot. And then I bought a Yamaha guitar, 40 quid off the mate with a little spider amp. Yes. Took it home. I had no idea what to do with it. Just plugged it in, turned it on, and just twatted the strings for a good 30 minutes.
That was it. Your first song.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
I think we all go through that stage, don't we? We all get I think mine was a little cheap. I think I got it off a dad's mate or something, like a little Squire Argos effort with a tiny little amp.
I bought it off the goalkeeper of Dewsbury Rangers, the gardener, 40 quid, Yamaha guitar, and a little spider amp. And then 2 of my mates, George and Pickers, they were like, "Oh, I'll buy drum kit, you buy bass." Just that typical sort of story, I suppose. And we just taught ourselves. We didn't teach each other, buddy. I'll find out. Taught ourselves, and started to love music and going to gigs. From that, really, I don't know where else to go without telling you my life story in about 45 minutes worth of time. I could walk you through my life.
Get into it, mate. No, that's fine. I mean, everyone wants to know where you started and stuff like that. Well, everyone, me and Ryan, want to know where you started because I've never heard that before. But it's funny how we all have kind of similar stories. I mean, Ryan, imagine what was yours like? Because you obviously were a big Irish family and stuff like that. Was yours slightly different, or is it exactly the same? In the car with Rod Stewart.
Yeah, it wasn't exclusively Squeeze and Rod Stewart. Great artists though, respectively. No, mine was similar. Yeah, it was. I grew up around music. Like all my family were musicians, are musicians, and I was playing all the time. Learned music by ear. Never really had a guitar lesson or anything. And first guitar was similar to yours. I had a Peavey. I can't remember what they were called now. I think it was a Peavey Raptor.
We've had some belters here. Raptor.
I think I know someone who's still got it. I think Jake Caven's still got it. I sold it to him. I hope he's still got it. It'd be cool to get that back. Yeah, and the rest was history. I suppose. Yeah, I suppose that's it, really.
Similar standards.
Shit guitar talk.
Started a band as soon as I got to high school. Spent lunches and nights after school playing constantly with loads.
Did you do it in the music room at school?
Music room.
I saw Mrs. Lee's music room to go in and try and get the like really bad sort of £99 drum kit out with skins were all over and proper mashed in. Well, the cymbals are like the spin lids.
The best thing is about those type of drum kits in those schools, I was discussing this with Joe Daw the other day, is that those drum kits got battered every hour of the day because people who didn't even know how to play drums would just come in and hit it.
Batter them.
Yeah. For no reason.
It's true, isn't it?
I'm sure that's where I lost my hearing as well.
Yeah, 100%.
I bet it was you banging on them drums, Ryan. Definitely got to have been you. Yeah, just fucking hitting everything. Guitars everywhere, just fucking chaos. But yeah. So
what was the music scene for you like, Denny, like when you were in your teenage years and were you going out to gigs, watching
Yeah, it was
bands?
like a good time, to be fair, because like getting in a band at that age, at like 13 and 14 or whatever, that allowed you then to start going out and seeing the world a little bit more seeing the world a little bit more inside of working men's clubs and pubs, but more of a mature step. But you could obviously go out and have a few drinks and see the sights a bit more from a younger age. So I think from then, of gigging that early, sort of at 14, 15 at pubs and clubs, I just wanted to obviously go out and see gigs and watch my favourite bands and whatnot. But obviously, being in Dewsbury, there's no that you can be watching or anything in Dewsbury. So we went to Leeds and spent the majority of my time in Leeds before obviously I moved to Manchester. For about 3 or 4 years, the music scene was pretty solid. Like the Cockpit was, pretty much at its peak. There was the Joseph Well, there's the Wardrobe, there's Hi-Fi, there's the Academies, there's and they were full pretty much every weekend of different gigs and different artists. I can see Sid laughing at me. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring it up, right? I'm going to bring it up.
Carry on, come back.
Just because I'm not having, you see someone kind of laughing at you, think, I'm going to call that out. I'm not having any of that.
But you and Josie as well. That was all.
I don't know why I mentioned Josie as well, actually. But yeah, I think that was sort of a turning point as well to make me want to strive to do it even more. So going out and seeing the bands actually doing it. Leeds got quieter after then. They moved to Manchester at about 18, 19. Leeds sort of died down and didn't really produce or wasn't really a live city anymore, I guess. And then came to Manchester, and that was like, shit, the music scene here is unreal. That's pretty much one of the reasons why I came here, to be honest, because I was in a band called the Cavels before this one. Just split up with my previous band. I started this band Cavels whilst I was at college in Huddersfield, at music college. And was 18, just finished music college, didn't know what I wanted to do. So moved to Manchester. I've been going there quite a bit over the last few months. And I came here and the music scene was just rife. It was off its head everywhere. I was like, I'm moving here, 100%. So I moved here and brought the band here.
Because what's the difference? Just the
keep picking up the wrong beer, by the way. An empty beer, I'm picking up this full on this side. So if you keep reminding me, lads, yeah.
You just keep getting your sponsorship deal in there, mate. You just keep getting that in, get that label in. But is it because is there just more venues or there's just more bands? Is it just generally just because it's
what do you mean, Manchester as opposed to
yeah.
I think it was like more a sort of wider variety, more accepting of different stuff happening, like across the music scene as well, but across the culture of it in general as well, which I think the culture drove the music scene to a degree over it. Everything was quite open-minded, where I think in Leeds I felt it was very sort of one way or the other. It was very indie and very light, or it was really heavy and really sort of dark, I guess. And coming here, there was just, I can remember seeing about 6 different genres of bands probably in my first couple of weeks of being here, because it was so eclectic. I don't know, I can't describe it. I was only probably 18 then, but
around then, because I think it's mad that your interpretations are different, because, and I don't know, I think Ryan will probably have the same opinion as me. For a while here, it kind of got very samey. You know what I mean? Obviously, for you, it's different coming from the side, but I've spoke to you about this before. About how it was kind of, it stereotyped itself a little bit, like where it's like you can't. I always found it was if either you look like you're in Oasis or no one give a shit about you, basically.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just a little feeling. I don't know, Ryan. Did you feel that, or was it different for you?
Yeah, I think unfortunately, I think Manchester's always had that stereotype, and that's what makes it exceptionally difficult for Manchester bands to do things out of the box. Although there has been some fantastic bands who've gone far out of the box and done really well. I think the most unique thing recent times, which springs to mind, is like Woo Life.
Yes.
They definitely broke the mold. That album's phenomenal. Still play that.
It's cracking.
Yeah, so I suppose it's exceptionally difficult for bands to break that in Manchester.
It's
I
suppose so
think,
elsewhere.
I think, I didn't. I probably wasn't feeling that pressure and that build up and that burn from that, because I wasn't, obviously I didn't grow up throughout that kind of thing. I knew about Oasis and that, obviously, and I liked Oasis and stuff, but I'd never actually been absorbed in that one band mentality. We didn't really have that in Leeds. You know, that sort of but coming in from the side, I suppose I just saw people probably trying that, Ryan, like you said, people trying to do something different, and the beginning of something, I guess, I saw sort of from my angle. But I can imagine from your point of view, it was probably a stage where every single band you looked at was probably the same.
I suppose that wasn't the same for you, but again, I'm not saying that it's like that anymore. I'm saying it's like it's starting for a while now. It's being encouraged to be slightly different and stuff like that. I think that because obviously Oasis was so long ago now, and the city's kind of dispersed. Is that the right word to use a little bit? And like there's pockets of different people now. I don't think there's really a scene in Manchester. I think there's just a lot of creative people just wanting to like get a lot of feelings and emotions out and stuff like that, because it feels like a bit of a forgotten city up here when it compared to London and the industry and stuff like that.
Now,
now, but I suppose, with the internet and stuff, it's got a lot better. It's kind of, you can take influence from a lot more different places now and see.
100%. I mean, when I'm talking about the scene that I was talking about, then that's like however many years ago. That was when I first come across the pond. I'm going to say it's not the pond, is it? It's the Pennines. But now, referring to now, I completely agree. It seems even more emphasised to be able to try and do what you want, I guess.
It's good, isn't it? It's good now. I like it. It's inspiring.